Calisthenics. Christ is risen. Today on May 22nd, we commemorate the 6th Monday after Pascha, as well as Saint Basiliscus the Martyr, Bishop of Comana, holy new martyrs Demetrius and Paul of Tripoli, and John-Vladimir, ruler of Serbia. Regarding Saint Basiliscus the Martyr, Bishop of Comana, this martyr was from the city of Martyr on the Black Sea, and a nephew of Saint Theodore the Tiro. When his fellow martyrs Epistle and Cleonicus had been crucified, Basiliscus was shut up in prison, and he was praying to the Lord to count him also worthy to finish his course as a martyr. The Lord appeared to him, telling him first to go to his kinsmen and bid them farewell, which he did. When it was learned that he had left the prison, soldiers came after him and brought him to Comana of Cappadocia, compelling him to walk in iron shoes set with nails. He was beheaded at Comana, and his body was cast into the river during the reign of Diocletian. Your martyr, O Lord, in his courageous contest for you, received as the prize the crowns of incorruption and life from you, our immortal God. For since he possessed your strength, he cast down the tyrants, and wholly destroyed the demon's strengthless presumption. O Christ God, by his prayers, save our souls, since you are most merciful. The readings today are from the week. From Acts of the Apostles. In those days, when the apostles had passed through Amphipolis and Apollonia, they came to Thessalonica, where there was a synagogue of the Jews. And Paul went in, as was his custom, and for 3 weeks he argued with them from the Scriptures, explaining and proving that it was necessary for the Christ to suffer and to rise from the dead, and saying, "This Jesus whom I proclaim to you is the Christ." And some of them were persuaded, and joined Paul and Silas, as did a great many of the devout Greeks, and not a few of the leading women. But of the Jews were jealous, and taking some wicked fellows of the rabble, they gathered a crowd, set the city in an uproar, and attacked the house of Jason, seeking to bring them out to the people. And when they could not find them, they dragged Jason and some of the brethren before the city authorities, crying, "These men have turned the world upside down, and have come here also. And Jason has received them, and they are all acting against the decrees of Caesar, saying that there is another king, Jesus." And the people in the city authorities were disturbed when they heard this. And when they had taken security from Jason and the rest, they let them go. So in other words, they posted bail. This is because the jealous people, the leaders of the Jewish people of Thessaloniki, are trying to get Paul and his disciples killed. And it will be because of this that we're going to see Paul start to exercise an authority that he had not had until then, his standing as a Roman citizen. From the Gospel according to St. John. At that time the chief priests and the Pharisees gathered to the council and said, "What are we to do? For this man performs many signs. If we let him go on thus, everyone will believe in him, and the Romans will come and destroy both our place and our nation." Because they're worried that the people will declare Jesus king, the Romans will get wind of it, and they'll destroy the entire nation of the Jews. We have to understand that during the time of Jesus, the Jewish state was not a powerful being. And Jerusalem was a tiny, tiny town compared to some of the other towns around them, especially Caesarea. But one of them, Caiaphas, who was high priest that year, said to them, "You know nothing at all. You do not understand that it is expedient for you that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation should not perish." He did not say this of his own accord, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus should die for the nation, and not for the nation only, but to gather into one the children of God who are scattered abroad. So from that day on they took counsel how to put him to death. They don't understand that, of course, they are fulfilling the prophecy, but not in the way they think. They think that they're going to save the people by killing Jesus. They don't understand that they are betraying Jesus, and that, yes, he will bring them and save them all, but not against the Roman authorities. Jesus therefore no longer went about openly among the Jews, but went from there to the country near the wilderness, to a town called Ephraim, and there he stayed with the disciples. I hope that you've enjoyed today's spiritual calisthenics. Have a blessed and wonderful day.